Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age Mythology Replay. So on the bottom side as the blue Odin, got dope. And this is a 0-1, just this the font format I ever so hate. Because that's a 0 and not a lowercase o, it's just a lowercase 0. On the north side as the red Hades, got vicho.olguin. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Scout is stabbing these zebras and being annoying, like all scouts should be. They usually yell, "Need a dispenser here." Either way, when it comes to landmarks on this, not landmarks, relics on the map, we do have the canopic jar of Finesteti, makes your infantry train 25% faster. That's actually not too bad. Got the Thunder Cloud Shawl, gives your units a slight bit of pierce armor. It's not too bad. All useful when fighting Hades, not useful when fighting Odin. Husk of Dan Kang, pigs, free pigs. And we've got the Rhea's Crown. Makes your counselors cost less and generate a little bit of favor. I wonder if that affects village centers. Nope, either way. The guy also has townsfolk behind, so that's probably a decent relic for either player to grab. When it comes to the age ups, let's see. Odin's fighting against Hades, who's more of the range specialist. Heimdall does have the Inhari for multiple for an army multiplier. Undermines a pretty good H2 god power to instantly destroy walls, towers. But that's about it. You got Inhari upgrades, which are nice. But you got tower and sentries, which could be decent for defending against ranged units. And training research rate versus Freya, which gave you access to Valkyrie, which does include cavalry speed and hit points, so she's probably the better option, unless you want the Anhari and the Undermine. Versus, of course, Hades, who's aging up to Athena, which does give access to the Minotaur, leaving Minos for the Minotaur, Aegis Shield, which improves your Pierce Armor, which is not important versus Hades, and Sarsia improves your Hoplites. So honestly, I think Ares would have been better. Though, nice, Hades does offer Restoration, which is a pretty good god power. House going on up, and we do also have the walls going on up. I don't think the village can get one back up here, nor the Minotaur is taking a long way around. Villagers taking time to stab the wall, and take time to chop down the wall, or the trees. Oh, there is a room for the village to escape, because Ajax just goes up and stabs it. Looks like there's not enough room for a Minotaur. The fact that Ajax got there knows he can escape. Valkyrie push way forward, offer us less than 12 DPS. Valkyrie does have 375 health. Northern Minotaur is trying to break down the gates so Ajax can stab the Valkyrie. He offers 15. And now here's her series. Looks like Northern Minotaur will be picked on off there. Ajax needs to turn around, does start stabbing the Valkyrie. The villagers needs to keep on running. Perseer stabbing Ajax, or whacking him. The whole Sark's also hitting Ajax. Sonar, the red. Ajax does nice little pop there. And looks like one of the ravens go down. Birdie, no! And of course, if Hades ever needs to, he always pops sentinels for a free round of watchtowers for additional defense, probably around here. There's that wounded villager, maybe was wounded by some big game. Achilles is pursuing the Valkyrie. Achilles at 5.3, while the Valkyrie does have 6. Scout here could interrupt, and is snaring the Valkyrie. Achilles will eventually get close distance. Let's see.
Yo.
Just Sark and Sonar. How do you pronounce that? That's a one syllable. How do you pronounce that? I'm poor pronouncing names. So how do you pronounce that? Sonar? The red? I have no idea how to pronounce that. Either way, for both players got additional town center. Odin can age up to Skadi or Njord. Skadi, of course, offers the Frost, which is a pretty good AoE lockdown. Frost Shrine's okay. They're not really my... I just find them okay. Of course, Frostrine upgrades, which of course I upgrade to a unit I don't really value all too highly. It's not super important, for me at least. Wood Harvest is a pretty nice upgrade. It makes your farms 20% more effective, and all your other natural food sources 10% more effective. Very good upgrade right there. A Hunter's Axe. Give your throwing axe +1 range and make them have perfect tracking, which is nice. Howdy. Yes, I know I have my back's not great at the moment. We got some hoplites here, stabbing the hearse here. Large number of hoplites on the field. And of course for Hades age 3, got Apollo or Aphrodite. Both were actually pretty good choices. Underworld Pass is a pretty good god power, as well as Curse. This can basically stop another raid along with the Sentinels. Underworld Passes can be a great way to defend or to be offensive with. Manticore is an excellent myth unit. Neem Line's above average, I would say. I do have a bit more bias to ranged myth units, so in the Manticore offers pretty good DPS. Oracle, it's not super important, but a little bit of sight range is not too bad. Sunray gives your ranged units, all ranged, both myth units and human soldier ranged units, additional damage, which is pretty good, so it complements the Manticore quite nicely, as well as just Hades in general. And the little bit of healing is a great way to get some passive healing if you want to take time to micro back wounded units. Aphrodite, of course, does give you access to a pretty good villager upgrade, make them have higher carrying capacity, so it makes them generally a better collection for all resources, particularly for wood, and decent for food, since farms do offer a bit of traversement. Also improves some movement speed as well, which is also very nice. There's the Sentinels there. He will lose some villagers. Good pick there by Blue. Sentinels are only good to protect yourself from raids such as this, and not good versus armies. Ajax being focused down there, taking a fair amount of damage. More raiding cavalry. Hoplites here are technically accounted, a bit more of a generalist unit though. So you can employ them out against anything, and with the Athena upgrade, Soracia does give them additional range and damage. Large number of raiding cavalry, that's for sure. I was trying to queue it up, but it looks like he is eyeing for Aphrodite. And the other one is Golden Apples, which does give villagers more favorite generation of temples, so it allows you to get more mythological stuff. Always very nice to have. So Aphrodite is more or less a villager goddess. I suppose she is the goddess of fertility. So is Hera. They have a lot of overlapping roles, don't they? And love and beauty. That's the same as fertility. Didn't the whole Trojan War start the fact that the bunch of goddesses just got naked in front of man, asking who's the most beautiful from all of them? Now that's a trap, a women trap if I ever heard one.
Etimos.
Raiding cavalry, gotta be a bit careful. The gate is still existing there. Got a basic set of walls there, which would be useful for the village to stay alive with.
Prostagma.
And Aphrodite is starting to be researched. Nemean Lion's a pretty good support myth unit. Have an AoE stun. They will break down that wall, but of course got a good number of spearmen here. Or, not spearmen, hoplites. Bunch of angry men with pointy sticks. And we just need a little bit more food before Njord be selected. Mountain Giant. I actually didn't cover what Nord's mythological upgrades were either. Focus is cavalry as well, so Odin's designed for cavalry competition, so it'd be a great idea to focus on hoplites and Padromos. Another reason why they probably go for Ares rather than Athena in Age 2, because while Athena does offer a hoplite upgrade, increasing their range and their damage, Ares offers a divine damage bonus to both Padromos and hoplites as well. There's the Sarasia, increasing the hoplites maximum range by 0.5 and also giving them plus 10% firepower. But divine damage on the other side is quite nice and would be multiply stacked with the Podromos. Villagers getting hit by the raiding cavalry. Oh, curse got all of them. So now these piggies can be. Oh, there's still one there. These piggies going wee 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 all the way to their new home. My stomach. So this will get not only protect from the raid, we'll also give them a bit of food to work with. Hoplites heading down south, or just right there. Got a decent amount of long houses here. So throwing axemen would be a good idea versus all the hoplites. We got some high passes being put on the field as well, which makes sense versus all the Norse infantry. Just be careful about all the raiding cavalry. Oh, got walking woods here. The woods are in fact walking towards the villagers. Okay, this one sort of looks stupid since it's a really short tree. They're primarily just cheap free siege units. They offer good crush damage. Hoplites trying to rotate it around. We also got shade mixed on in. Restoration being simple, which does also heal structures. Enemy line does stun trees. Red's trying to fall back there. If we want to go take a look at Njord, does offer, let's see, Jarl, which is the heavy cavalry, raiding cavalry divine damage, and raiding, and of course you get your mounted giant, which is a siege weapon, and the walking woods is a siege weapon. So yep, we got raiding cavalry and Jarl upgrades. Nothing for general cavalry, but one specific for certain units is tend to be a bit more potent. We got some Ulf Jarls, medium Jarls being poured on the field. A large wave of throwing axemen, which makes sense. Got Hoplin's view. He needs to start eyeing for some Dromos to be mixed on in. I do, when it comes to the initial Greek gods, I do put a lot more value in the Ares. So I can't deny the effectiveness of Restoration. This is probably one reason why many players probably go for Athena. Since Pestilence is nice, but definitely was nerfed from Gold Edition. Please advance way forward. There's still a blue gate here. We also got the Mountain Giant here. Achilles, Chiron needs to focus on the Mountain Giant. It looks like the heroes are focused on the Mountain Giant. Emeline gets a pretty good roar there. Throwing Axemen counters infantry. All the high passes does also counter infantry as well. And for Godi on the field, gotta make sure you keep them a bit more minimum. They're more of an anti-myth unit. Emeline has gone down. Heavy infantry now on the way for Regs. Look for some Peltas, a counter range unit, which I think at this point in time, Talk Stays would be better, since they'll be also good versus throwing Axemen as well as other units. Well, Peltas a bit more of a focused counter unit. Big round of medium Jarls and Godis. Portable battery rams and Huskarls counter range units. He's the number of piggies here. He's eating the goats. The goats actually are pretty close to fully fattened as well, so that's pretty good. We also have Tyre being queued on up. Give access to the Fenris Wolfbrood, Berserker Gain, and Fimbulwinter. Over here, got the Hepatis. Hepatis is the Colossus God Part, gives you the Plenty Vault. Hades should just start stockpiling Favor to get out a second Plenty Vault. It costs 200 Favor. I wonder, he may also have to take torches to make it even cheaper. That could be quite fantastic. I got the Canoptic Straw in necessity, so I think the Hecate's torch was researched by... was picked up by Odin. But these favor costs don't seem correct as well. So I'm not sure. Blue's been forced back there. Granary going down. We do have a palace or fortress now being established over here to protect the gold mine. There's also another gold mine there. Blue crystal. There's actually a decent amount of blue walls there. So I guess he sent over a couple of units to build those walls. Red's about to not be aged on up. With also the golden apples, there's a soft cap of number of villagers work the temple, which is 8. So maybe getting out 8 villagers on the temple, get the golden apple, and start trying to get some plenty vaults in the field, which would be very nice. His counterpart in this game would be the defenders Thimblewinter. The best way to stop Thimblewinter is just simply hit the town bell and hide away until it subsides. And the Sentinels will provide a little bit additional defense there. Fortified battery infantry forward. Hoplites trying to pursue these medium Jarls. Got a 20 vault summon. There's some various stuff being picked on off there. We do have crenulations researched by Red. Very nice. That helps him deal with all the raiding cavalry. There's the Bronze Colossus advancing. The Colossus will take a bit of a beating. Walking Woods have been summoned somewhere. Where exactly? I'm not sure. There they are. The Colossus has been defeated. We do now have the Ring Giver giving Jarls more 20% increased health, and also gives them 100% bonus multiplier versus units. Oh, sorry, I just saw your comment. May have missed what you're referring to. You now have the Walking Woods engaging the fortified town center, gain some damage there.
Skip.
The Hoplites get some good damage, but we've got a decent number of defenses here as well. We got Huskarls being deployed on in. It looks like the Norse player is actually out of food. Has no villagers cooked up food at the moment. That's not good. Probably some idle villagers somewhere. They're collecting all that wood. He's desperate for wood and gold. That's why he's going for Huskarls. He is running out of steam very quickly. Going for throwing axemen, some berserks. He's out of food. Only has one dwarf queue going. Blue needs a... Blue resigns. He ran out of food and decides to resign, even though... Yeah, I guess he just resigned because he just ran out of food and couldn't transition to anything quick enough because he just wasn't getting enough wood in his inventory. Either way, this is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.